but as in the description, I want to be able to give people some helpful tips on how to get decently far in the beginning. Now, I know you look at my resources, I'm having trouble with metal and bioplastic right now. I think it's because of my domes, factory, the robotics dome. Most of the metal I'm getting is getting processed, but then some of it's becoming electronics, spares, etc. And I'm actually just now starting to get somewhat low on food. Usually you'd see I would have had like 20 vegetables, 15 meat, but I don't have that anymore. But before I get too much further in, I do want to thank a YouTuber named Tiny Pirate on helping me get as far as I did. Without his tutorial video, I would not have gotten here. So he stated that you want to first get a power collector out, make it kind of bigger than just a normal one. So that's what I did right here. And then same with a solar panel. Now his third step was to recycle the ship. Now me, I didn't do that right away just because I don't. If you leave your materials out in the open without a storage unit, they do tend to disappear faster. So eventually, when I knew I would be able to do a storage unit, that's when I recycled my ship. And then from there, you want to build the O2 chamber, airlock, and everything else, canteen, whatever else you need to get going. Now, like in his video, the canteen was next, and with the canteen, you also want the mine and the processed food, or the processing plant. You kind of want to just sit there and gather some materials at that point. But at the same time, you need a biodome so you can actually keep growing food. You want a lab. You want dorms for them to sleep at when they get tired. And as he clearly states in his video, unless a orange symbol of a Z pops up, then they're okay if it's just yellow. Now, I've made it 33.5 days, the longest I've made it. The second longest was 21 days before it just failed. And as you can see, 30 plus days, and I only have 17 colonists. And that's because when you when you press O1 on the landing pad, you get these options. This one right here, landing permissions, I was able to turn off colonists. So now I don't get any colonists unless I turn it on, and I can pick what I want. But I don't want more colonists when I clearly don't have enough food and need to start producing more. Now, with that being said, I think finding out about this helped me a lot, because now I'm not having 20 colonists and only able to make 2 vegetables that instantly get turned into food, and then I'm losing colonists to starvation. And this right here, when it lights up, you'll see my base name, Base Thor. Just random name, have some fun with it. Now, the last thing I have built is this anti-meteor laser. I think it is great if it actually works. I've had a few meteors land pretty close by, but it hasn't actually hit my base. My base has been hit by 3 or 4 meteors. I have lost some colonists to it. My lab had been hit, and I lost a medic and a engineer that way. But then when I messed with the colonists' landing permissions, I turned medic up to 90% and engineer to 10%, and I ended up getting a lot more than that. I got 4 medics at once. I got 2 or 3 engineers instantly as well. And then I wasn't paying attention, but I have gotten more bots. I got 2 more carrier bots, and I actually lost my original carrier bot. He was just way past repairs. But thanks to my robotic facility, I was able to make more. Right now, I had just trying to disable that, my gun workshop, and my semiconductor foundry, just to see if I can build up more metals and bioplastic that way. But as I have obviously stated in my comment section, I'm still learning the game. There's still some stuff that I'd like to figure out and mess around with. The biodome, like Tiny Pirate said in his video, trees are free, they don't cost anything to build, and they actually do kind of help your colonists become a little bit happy. If they got a yellow sad face, orange sad face, whatever it is, they come, they look at the trees, and makes them happy. And it does give you some little extra oxygen. Not too much, obviously. You don't want to depend on. Ooh, looks like my anti-meteor laser just shot a meteor down. That's great. That scared me a little bit. But I know I'm quoting Tiny Pirate on a lot of things here, but as I had stated, he's the reason I believe I've made it this far, is following his steps, at least most of them. And over here you can see I have 3 solar panels. My big power collector just ran out of power, but with the game speed was on normal. I thought it was on 4. It's already day. This one still is pretty full. Just lost a little bit. It's actually helped a lot having the big one. And I should probably build maybe another solar panel, another wind turbine. But I think so far so good. I probably should just worry about my food at this point, since I only have 3 dishes, and 17 colonists. We'll turn off this workbench. I don't care about medical supplies right now. I don't really see myself going through many of them. And let's see what I can get. I want some vegetables. I'll be fine without starch. What's this? Damn, that is expensive. $660. Now, I'm still trying to figure out the money thing here. I know I have $27 or whatever they call it on this, and as you can see, I still owe 41 and whatever else. Still owning it. I'll sell 2 of those. I'll stay at a base of 10, which keeps me happy. I don't want to sell any bioplastic. Spares are important. Try not to sell them. If anything, try to buy them. Sometimes you might come across a path where you need to, and that's okay, because shit happens. So now I'm able to buy all 9 vegetables from him, and I'm just selling 2 medical supplies. So we'll do the trade. I think next I want to build a boat, kind of help keep my people happy. But I'm afraid that I might not have enough generation for my O2 chamber to keep it powered up. We'll see. But I'm debating another O2 chamber or the boat. Obviously you want to keep your people happy, but at the same time you want to keep them alive. So sometimes you're going to have to sacrifice happiness. But as you can see on this chart, my oxygen has been pretty weird. I haven't seen an oxygen symbol come on until I built something. So, probably good to Power's been good. Water's been at a low steady. Should probably build another water. Power collector's up pretty high. That's great. As you can see, money has fluctuated. Not very good about the money, but I've kept my people alive unless meteors crushed them in a tube. So, down here in resources, I just figured this out. It tells you free amount and how much you have. I have 14, but only 10 of my metals actually free. And this just went up, but same thing over here. I think that's really helpful. You know, you just, so as you see here, one of my bots are irreversible, so I now have 3 bots. And I lost my constructor bot. That's not good. He's very helpful. So let's turn this back on. And fuck. Well, looks like my engineers are gonna have to do some extra work. I do think that disabling some of these workbenches has helped me gather some resources. So now I think I might do an O2 chamber in the boat. Now I have seen other pictures of people who have beyond the eye can see of domes, and there's multiple airlocks, stuff like that. I think it's pretty cool. Who wouldn't love to build a whole city like that? But obviously the main goal is you want to succeed on building the planet, or building a base on the planet and getting to the other planets. So to check your milestones, if you don't know how, hold down L1 to press it, go to base management, and you'll have all these. And they'll tell you how you can access them quicker, some of them milestones though. That's where you want to go. And as you can see, I've only completed three of the easiest ones. Survive for 1 day, milestone 1. Get new colonists to the base, milestone 2. Self-sufficiency, build a bioplastic processor, metal processor, mill maker, mine, and a biodome. I have all that. I've made all that on my other 30 so bases that have failed. So I got that milestone. Now, as you can see, you got 7 other milestones here that aren't lit up like these 3. So, reach a population of 100. I'm obviously not going to get there anytime soon if I can't keep my people fed. Power monger, generate 500 kilowatts of power. Personally, I'm not sure how to check this, or maybe I do, I'm just not paying enough attention. Acquire 10 techs. I obviously don't have any that I know of. Reach a population of 300. I'm not going to do that if I can't even get the century milestone. Reach prestige 100. Last I checked, I was at prestige 44. Build 10 bots. That'd be sweet, since I've already built some. And then build a monolith. That requires a lot of resources. But I believe the monolith is these pyramids. You just make it really, really big. And it, as it says right here, a nice structure to highlight the success of your colony. I swear those meteors scare me. I'm afraid it's going to crush my city, my dome village, whatever you want to call it. Sandstorm approaching soon. So, security centers are great for this, or the control center. I like calling it security because it's where security sits. Now, when there's a sandstorm, as Tiny Pirate once again has said, is if there's a sandstorm, your people will be slower, your bots will get hurt faster and break down faster. So press R1 on this and you can disable the structure. Me, I can press up on the D-pad, which now my base is on yellow alert. So go to base management, go to this shit right here, security controls, up and down button. So you're always on this green status, I'm gonna call it, because, well, yellow and red. this is a normal base status. All colonists perform the duties as normal. So I'm on yellow alert. When the base is on yellow alert, all colonists will stay indoors. Medics and guards will stay on duty longer. That's nice, because now my bots and my people won't get hurt outside. And red alert, same thing, only colonists will fight enemies by any means necessary. Now, I haven't had this happen to me yet. I haven't had anyone trying to hurt me or my colony, and I plan to keep it that way. With 3 medical plants. This one doesn't really have anything good. I mean, spares, that would be great. It is a bit pricey though, and as you can see I only have $3. Metal, that would be great. Once again, kind of pricey, but let's go ahead and we'll try getting 2 from him. I'll sacrifice some bioplastic. I don't want to sacrifice any medical supplies or food, so fuck it, let's just do 1 of each. Now, when there's a sandstorm, usually in all my other bases, my power collectors would run out of energy, and it's because I've always had these tiny ones. They run out of energy faster, they only put out 7,500 power, or kilowatts of power. This one puts out almost twice as much, but as you can see it's slowly running down. But that's okay, I'm not worried about it. I've survived through other sandstorms without losing power. Now, if you don't have a big power collector or multiple power collectors to keep your base up and running during a sandstorm, wind turbines are great for trying to keep the power up and going. I only have 1 because I'm not too worried about losing power on this base, thank God. And now that the sandstorm's over, let's turn this beeping off. So now it's on no alert, we're on green status, it's good to go. So yeah, I think, another thing, the mill maker. This thing is really great, and I didn't know this till, once again, thank you Tiny Pirate for giving me new info. Press O1 on it, and you'll have 2 options, recycle or help. Now, help, believe it or not, is very helpful. I know, imagine that. And the reason for that, though, is it can give you a list of different things you can make. So if you grow wheat and mushrooms, pasta. Wheat, tomatoes, pasta. Rice and mushrooms and tomatoes, pasta. Rice, any meat, pasta. Wheat, any meat, maize, or any meat. You can make yourself some burgers. So that's kind of why I picked certain different plants to grow. I got a potato bed, I got a rice pad, my wheat pad, tomatoes. I believe these 2 are medical. Yep, medicinal pads. I should probably make a second one soon, but once again, not too worried. As you can see, my base is still pretty steady. And something is beeping. I don't know what. Oh, you know, it's probably this. So, yeah, right here tells you the kilowatt it puts out. I obviously just looked right past it and paid attention, but I've gone up to a total of 20,000, I believe. And let's go to milestones again. I need to put out 500, so not even close. So my 4th one will probably end up being the 10 bots or the 10 techs, which I actually saw something a few minutes ago I keep forgetting about. Techs. There we go. So you got 10 techs right here. And it sounds like my meteor gun just did something good. So let's go back to those techs. So you got the Goliath turbine, massive storage, blah 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 blah. So basically it sounds like those are just as they say, patents. They're probably just things to make it where you can build bigger, better stuff. At least bigger. Who knows about better? But yeah, I think that's about it for this video. I'm not sure if I'll do another one, but I do hope this was a little helpful. I know I kind of just go on a little bit of a rant. I just don't do this normally. This is my first time doing a broadcast, so bear with me. If there's any more questions, write in the comments. If you have PlayStation, you can message me. My name is VenturaSun1, and I will actually change my settings to let instead of just friends. Sorry, cut out there. I will change my privacy settings so anyone can message me. I'm also in a community for PlanetBase. It's in PlanetBase. It's a little dead. There's only 66 people, but I have gotten some nice help every now and then when asking questions, and I've been able to give some other people some helpful tips. Not really, but you know, I've mentioned some twice. People have shown their bases on there. There are some pretty crazy ones, as I said earlier, as far as I can see. But yeah, if you need help getting past the beginning phase of your planet building, watch Tiny Pirate's video, and here is the name for it. It is called PlanetBase Tutorial Getting Started by Tiny Pirate. It's only about 25 minutes long. It actually was very helpful for me, and once again, thank you, Tiny Pirate. That helped a lot. Y'all have a wonderful day.